Okay, here's a quick video about preparing yourself for a deep sea fishing on a boat, whether it's a charter or a party boat, head boat, out to deep sea for deep sea fishing. So over this weekend, I took my family members, my 80-year-old daughter and my sister out for their first deep sea fishing outing. So my sister-wise, she's had seasickness in the past, so she was a little bit worried. So I wanted to make sure they were prepared for it. My daughter, it's her first fishing ever, so it was either she would like it or won't fish with me ever again. So what I did was I basically got for my sister typical Dramamine, but I took the less drowsy one. And for my daughter, one of these Dramamine motion sickness for kids. You can get these on any pharmacy, or for me, I bought it from Amazon. So for my sister, I had her take this, one of them, before she went to bed, night before our trip. And then what I had her do is, once she woke, she waited until maybe once we arrived at the dock for her to take her second one instead of taking two at the same time or right before she got on. So she already, this is supposed to be lasting for what, like 24 hours or something like that. So just taking one where I assumed would help her kind of get adjusted, and for her trip, actual trip, taking one an hour before getting on a boat would continue that effect. So that's what she did, and throughout the day, she was a little bit sleepy, but not too drowsy, but she was feeling okay. In addition to that, I bought these. I don't know if it actually works, but it could be a placebo effect, but I had her put on these bands. Again, you could look for it on Amazon. That they call it an acupuncture band, where there's like a point right here where it puts a pressure. So every time you press it, when you're not feeling well, for both arms, it's supposed to relieve any motion sickness. Another part was, again, this could be a placebo effect, but one of these stickers that you put behind your ear, supposedly, that helps it. It has a bunch of herbal stuff, and it smells like herb, but that's what she did. And in addition, she was it's a couple layers, but then you'll be surprised how many people have motion sickness on a boat. Even people that fish all the time, they'll throw up, just because I personally think they're unprepared, right? You should be prepared. Once you get sick, you're always going to get sick, most likely. I don't think you'll ever get used to the whole motion sickness. So this was another thing that I bought. They call it a ginger, blackberry ginger drop with, I believe, no sugar or low sugar. You don't want to eat anything sugary items, so don't drink any energy drink full of sugar or anything like that. That's just going to make you sick. Another ginger gum is supposed to relieve, but for sour stomach, ginger has been known scientifically to help it settle down a little bit. But I've never had to take any of these, and I've never been seasick. But if I did, I would definitely take these and be prepared for your first trip. And for my daughter too, this was a black sea bass trip that we went out of Delaware in Atlantic Sea for a 10-hour trip. So it was about 2 hour out and 2 hour back, and about 6 hours of fishing, I guess, total. They moved around 20 minutes at a time or so, but somewhere it was definitely for about 10 hours total trip. And I definitely wanted to prepare them for it because I wanted them to enjoy fishing, and they did. I guess my sister, she got a little bit tired, but in between she took a seat, but she listened to me, right? She was a little bit reluctant. She wanted to wait until the day of the fishing, but I had her take one right before she went to bed and took another one right before, an hour before she got on the boat. Not sick at all. She ate and drank throughout the day with no problem. She had a sandwich. She had cheese puffs and all kinds of different snacks throughout the day. 10-hour trip, and she had absolutely no issue. She was a little bit sleepy again, but it wasn't like she had to lay down and sleep. She was a little bit tired, but it really helped. My daughter as well. She got tired at the end. Of course, it's 10 hour, right? I was tired, but she hung in there. She didn't get sick or anything like that, so it worked out. She took throughout the day, she took a couple of these, as well as we had both of my daughter and my sister take this patch. They didn't really have to take this. They had this band throughout the day as well. But overall, they were fine. They got to fish, catch a lot of black sea bass, and it really worked out for them. I think they really listened to me, and I think you just got to listen to people that's been out in the sea, and be prepared. Don't go out there thinking that you're just gonna be okay, because most of the time, if you haven't been sick, it just hits you and it comes out of nowhere, right? I think I felt that too, where I was flying 6 hours in and suddenly it hits me and I'm not feeling well. But luckily, I fished for a while and deep sea fishing, so I was able to overcome it. But a lot of people, they're not used to it. So once you get that swell, as in like a wave, and you got back and forth moving, plus you got people smoking cigars and Black and Mild or menthol cigarettes, and I used to be a smoker, but some of these rude people will smoke in the front of the boat while it's moving, and where does the smoke go? It goes straight into your side, both left and right, and to the back. If you're a smoker, go to the back and smoke. Don't be smoking in the front. It's just an etiquette consideration to other people. But no one got sick. I think another tip for preparing yourself is don't go inside and sit in the bench. If you don't have to sit at all, stay outside and stand if you need to, but stay out. If it gets cold, just stand in the back or sit in the back of the boat and stare towards the rear. Don't look on the bottom, or just don't go inside and lay down and put your head down and take a nap or anything like that. That's just gonna make you sick. The feeling you're gonna get is most likely getting hungover, right? Getting drunk and laying in your bed, dark, and the whole ceiling is spinning and just making you really sick. That's the feeling you get if you're inside with your head down, because you're constantly rocking back and forth. So what you want to do is you want to be outside in fresh air. You want to look far away to the horizon. What I usually tell people is, even if it's cold, rather than throwing up most of your trip and feeling sick, just be cold. But stand in the back, get away from the wind, possibly stare back towards the land, far away towards the horizon or to the side. Just don't look down. Don't look at the bubbles that the engine is making or side of the boat while it's speeding to the destination. Look far away, or look forward in the front of the boat. But that's all you gotta do. Take some plan ahead and take these medicines that's available, and take these little remedies or placebo, whatever you want to call it, and you'll be fine. It's a 10-hour trip. Whether it's a 10-hour trip, 6-hour trip, you want to enjoy it. And I think my daughter really enjoyed it. My sister, not so much, not because she got sick. She felt 100% okay. My daughter was 100%. 10-hour trip, right? If you've done it, it's not an easy trip. There was a lot of rocking back and forth motion, a lot of swell that the boat has. It was a big boat, like a 40-man boat, but it was rocking a lot. So just prepare yourself, and this is just a quick tip. Hopefully this helps you prepare for your first trip or your next trip, or a trip that you're taking to prepare yourself because you got sick so many times and you didn't enjoy your deep sea fishing as much. Thanks.